The last 3 minutes of your essay writing, they are the most important. Even if you are not great at writing, even if you have not written essays for a long time, even then, what I'm going to tell you, if you do that in the last 3 minutes, you will see a huge improvement in your scores. Alright, so my name is Komal and I'm the founder director of RISE PTE. If you need any help in your PTE preparation, feel free to go to our website, get in touch with us, sign up for a free trial. And yes, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, leave a comment if you have any queries. The very first thing that you need to do in the last 3 minutes, in the first minute is check for deviation from the topic. What this means? A lot of times people, they start writing an essay, but somehow they get sidetracked. They lose the focus. They forget what's the main point that they should cover in the essay. So it is very important that in the last 3 minutes, if you have been sidetracked, if you have written about something which is not very much related to the essay, then you correct it, you adjust it. I will show you an example. So the essay, for example, the essay says pollution in large cities in the world is on a rise. And what is the impact of pollution on quality of life in large cities? So now, first thing, it's saying that, the pollution in large cities, it is on a rise. And then what is the impact of that pollution on quality of life in large cities? That is what you have to cover in your essays. But a lot of people, what they will do, they will start writing about pollution in general. Okay? Because those are either the things that they have memorized or they will only see the first part. And because, they don't have a strategy, they will rush through it. See another example here. Pollution in large cities in the world is on a rise. How does it compare with pollution in small towns? So now, if this is your essay, then your main focus is that you have to make a comparison with small towns. So you not only have to talk about pollution in large cities, etc., but how it compares with pollution in small towns. So in the last 3 minutes, if you see that, I have written too much. I have made too many generic statements. I have written things which are not that relevant. Then what you can do in the last 3 minutes, you can quickly adjust that. That is the first thing. Make sure that you have not deviated from the topic. You have been on the point, okay? We want your essay to be sharp, precise, so that the computer is forced to give you full marks. And that will not happen till you give a precise answer. So the first thing is check for deviation from the topic. Now in the second minute, what you have to do? Simple things. You have to check for any possible grammar mistakes. Let me show you an example. I will show you a sentence and try to tell me if it is correct and see how you can correct it or you can improve it. The sentence is, a recent study in Harvard University had found direct correlation between level of pollution and dissatisfaction with life. Now, I will give you a minute. I'll give you a few seconds. You can pause the video now and say if you can correct this. Alright, here is the corrected version. A recent study at the Harvard University has found a direct correlation between the level of pollution and dissatisfaction with life. So first, there is that preposition in place of in, it should have been at. Then instead of had found, it's a recent study, right? So instead of had found, has found is better. And then the article before the Harvard University and the level of pollution. So with preposition, articles and a tense related mistake. So these are the kind of things that you have to capture. Let me give you another example. So based upon the same essay that we have in focus, so this example is, this statement is, pollution causes many ailments. Now this is a simple one and I hope you are able to get it. Pollution causes many ailments, right? So this is a simple subject-verb agreement. You don't have to learn grammar or A to Z for PTE, but basic things, basic concepts like subject-verb agreement, how to form a complex sentence, the use of articles, prepositions, basic tenses, these things should be clear to you. When most of us, even when we are very confident, we make the kind of mistakes that we made in that, we miss an S here and there and make a subject-verb agreement mistake. Or, we leave an article or we make a mistake in a preposition. So these kind of mistakes, if you don't leave some time in the end, you will never find. So that is how to use the second minute to find grammar mistakes. All right. The third minute, now this is again, this can take your essay from a simple, like a intermediate level person who has written the essay to the level of an expert in English language. And what can you do in that 1 minute to do that? That is improve the language, improve the choice of words that you have used in your essay. So again, I will give you an example and I will show you how it can be changed. So this is the example. Pollution causes many ailments in adults and children. These ailments such as breathing problems are not seen in people in village. Now let me show you a better version. These ailments, we have already used the word ailments in the previous sentence. So let's diversify. Let's try to use a different word here because we can. So we will say these diseases such as, again, instead of breathing problems, you can say respiratory issues are not seen in people in villages. So you see the previous sentence, these ailments such as breathing problems are not seen in people in villages. It had repetition. It was using simple vocabulary. And what we did? We have just improved the vocabulary, right? And we have removed the repetition. Now, this looks much more like, something written by an expert of academic English, okay? Yeah, so this is how, you can improve your language. Now, even if you are not an expert, right? Because an expert person, maybe someone who is used to writing these essays or reports, he will write the way we have written in the second version, in the first instance. But we are not, those professional writers. We only want to pass the exam, all right? So that is why we keep this as a deliberate step for us, okay? To check that, we are able to correct it. Along with this, if you want to do more, this in a better way, I strongly recommend that you review the word list. So word list, the academic word list, it has all these kind of words. Respiratory, prevalence, prevalent, and these words that are used in an academic setting. So if you have reviewed those words, those words that in the last 3 minutes, you can quickly catch some of these words and you can substitute them by a more serious sounding word. Okay? So 3 simple things I told you. Check for deviation from the topic review for any grammar mistakes. And third, improve the language and make it more diverse. You do that and that's all. You don't need to worry about anything else. You will easily see that the changes that you have made, that you have taken you from the level of a 60s kind of a score in your essay to an above 80 and 89 score. All right. So 20 minutes, once again, I'm repeating, you have 20 minutes. You must divide that time accordingly and use the last 3 minutes for revision. All right. So try this. Next time, when you write an essay during your practice, during your preparation, keep these 3 things in mind and see how the essay that you have written comes out much better. If you have any queries, please feel free to write in the comments, and I request you to like the video, share it with others so that, when you like the video, it actually reaches other people who can also benefit from it. And don't forget to go to Rise PTE website to start your free trial. In your free trial, you will get access to lectures by our expert tutors, and you will also get access to a mock test so you can play around and become familiar with the software. All right, all the very best.